The British monarchy as a brand was valued at around $88 billion in 2017 by valuation consultancy firm Brand Finance, with the Queen's personal wealth from investments, art, jewels, and real estate estimated by Forbes to be worth around $500 million. The wealth of Queen Elizabeth II, often referred to as one of the wealthiest women in the world, has remained secret, and so will her last will and testament specifying how her wealth will be distributed after her death in Scotland on Thursday. Historically, the wills of the sovereign have remained private, along with other members of the royal family. The Sunday Times Rich List calculated the late Queen's wealth at £340 million in 2015, with the major source of a British sovereign's personal money being the Duchy of Lancaster. It is the sovereign's private estate existing purely to give the reigning monarch an income. In the financial year ending March 31st, it was valued at around £652 million and generated a net surplus of £24 million. According to the Times, it is an inalienable asset of the crown. It would not even appear in the Queen's will and simply pass from sovereign to sovereign, without any tax being paid. The newspaper notes that no inheritance tax is liable on the Queen's personal wealth due to a deal struck in 1993 with the then John Major-led government, in which the Queen agreed for the first time to pay income tax. As part of that agreement, it was stipulated that sovereign-to-sovereign bequests would be exempt from inheritance tax. The Treasury Memorandum of Understanding on Royal Taxation, written in 2013, states, "The reasons for not taxing assets passing to the next sovereign are that private assets such as Sandringham and Balmoral have official as well as private use, and that the monarchy as an institution needs sufficient private resources to enable it to continue to perform its traditional role in national life, and to have a degree of financial independence from the government of the day." A court was told during a legal battle over the will of Princess Margaret, the Queen's younger sister, that the primary reason and purpose of sealing royal wills is to protect the privacy of the sovereign. Also, for technical legal reasons, because the late monarch was the source of legal authority, her will does not have to be published like others. However, many of the sources of her wealth, the palaces, the crown jewels, and the works of art, do not fall in the category of her private property, but are held in trust for future generations and will simply pass over to the king. Earlier on Sunday, Queen Elizabeth II's son and heir, King Charles III, reaffirmed the tradition of surrendering all royal revenues from the crown estate to the nation, in return for the sovereign grant that covers the cost for the UK's royal family. Queen Elizabeth II is leaving behind over $500 million in personal assets from her 70 years on the throne. Notably, the British monarchs are not required to reveal their private finances. But the Sunday Times Rich List 2022 found that the Queen was worth some £370 million, $426 million, up £5 million from the previous year. A massive chunk of the Queen's personal wealth will pass to the King intact and will not have to pay inheritance tax. The Crown Estate lands and the royal collection of art and jewelry, plus official residences and the royal archives, are held by the monarchy as an institution, and they will only pass to Charles in trust. Similarly, the crown jewels, which are estimated to be worth at least £3 billion, only belong symbolically to the Queen and are automatically transferred to her successor. The Queen's private wealth will be added to King Charles III's own. According to CelebrityNetWorth.com, his wealth has been estimated at some $100 million. The Sunday Times reported that Elizabeth's late husband, Prince Philip, left an estate worth £10 million, including an art collection of some 3,000 works. Reports mentioned that most of it was given to family and friends. On one side, King Charles III inherits the Duchy of Lancaster, a private estate of commercial, agricultural, and residential assets, owned by royalty since the Middle Ages. On the other hand, he will lose the Duchy of Cornwall, another private estate in southwest England. It will go to Charles's eldest son, Prince William, who is now heir to the throne. Importantly, the monarch is entitled to use his or her income and largely uses it to meet official expenditures. In the financial year 2021 to 2022, it delivered a net surplus of £24.0 million. According to Forbes, the monarchy holds nearly $28 billion in real estate assets as of 2021, which includes the Crown Estate $19.5 billion, Buckingham Palace $4.9 billion, the Duchy of Cornwall $1.3 billion, the Duchy of Lancaster $748 million, Kensington Palace $630 million, the Crown Estate of Scotland $592 million. The King will receive grants and profits. King Charles III will receive the annual sovereign grant from the UK Treasury, which is set at 15% of the profits from the Crown Estate. The sovereign grant covers the costs of official engagements for the monarch and other senior members of the royal family, paying the salaries of their staff and the upkeep of the royal palaces. In 2021 to 2022, it was set at £86.3 million, equivalent of £1.29 per person in the UK, and included funding for the renovation of Buckingham Palace. King Charles will not directly inherit the $28 billion empire, which includes the Crown Estate, Buckingham Palace, the Crown Estate of Scotland, the Duchy of Cornwall, the Duchy of Lancaster, and Kensington Palace, but only the personal assets of Queen Elizabeth II, which Her Majesty has specifically designated for him. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you liked it. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Peace out.